So Lynn just dropped our new camera. Damn it, Lynn! This is why we can't have nice things.
Yes, dear.
That and billy goats.
Oh, so I'm in the same category as billy goats.
Right now, yes. Yes. Okay, so I had some, as you can see, a lot of this stuff is left over from the barn, the old tear down of the old barn. I had a little piece of 2x4 left over from what I brought over. I want you to notice that I just randomly grabbed 2x4s. This was the last piece. All the 2x4s I brought over are gone.
Yep, they are. They're gone.
Okay, so, and you can see up there that I use. Okay, so why did I do this? This was really overkill. It didn't have to be there because I want it to be strong. I don't want to have to worry about running into.
Yeah.
I've got to do the same thing on the other thing, which means I'm actually going to have to run and get another 2x4. But if you'll see, I had to do the same thing over here. See this?
The space?
I've got to mill that off first because it's not wide enough to stick a 2x4 in because of the knot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my freaking old battery-operated chainsaw, stick it through there, and cut that off. Not as easy as I thought.
Yet another mill.
That ought to be wide enough.
Yeah,
I can get
it should be.
Okay, so why did I undercut it? Because when I tried to overcut it, it wouldn't bite in.
Right.
But they'll almost always bite in if you undercut.
Nice.
Because this is cedar, and cedar is super hard.
Right.
In case I haven't told you that before. Not so hard when it's green, but these have been setting all summer. These are no longer green.
Right.
I'm cutting the little knobs off because they catch on everything. And they're actually very sharp.
Yep.
And they'll cut the shit out of you or your clothes or... So why am I doing this now instead of before I put the posts up? Because now I don't have to freaking try to hold them and keep them from rolling around. They're just standing up.
Well, and the ones that aren't in the way aren't in the way, so you don't have to worry about them.
So I don't have to do the ones that aren't in the way. And like, the only ones I'll do are the ones that snag clothing or poke people's eyes out or shit.
Yep.
And there we go. Cleaned it up that quick.
Awesome.
Okay. Let me turn it off again. Alright, so you can see there's some bark on there that I don't really want on there. Because like I said, the bugs get underneath the bark. Okay, so what do I got? Ooh, fancy tool. It's an old antique U.S. Army knife.
Mess kit knife,
with a mess kit.
Yeah.
That I got at a yard sale in a box of other crap for $1. I love it. I use it all the time. Okay, so then it's a lot easier to use than the draw knife for this. I just stick that underneath there, pull it right off. Okay, see, there you go.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, now that knot is going to be in my way. It's not going to allow me to get tight, so, but I don't need it to be super smooth, so I'm just going to cut that knot off.
There you go.
Okay, so as I've told you before, trim boards cover up a multitude of sins. But of course, Lynn, once again, was off fiddly-farting around while I actually put the trim board up. So once again, I'm going to tell you what I did instead of showing you what I did. I'm not good at measuring angles, so I actually crawled up there with the board, marked both ends where I marked them, and then just cut the board and put it up. Now, as we talked about before, Little Willie did this.
Yes.
It's ass backwards. Okay. Yeah. But not only that, if you look at the end, you can see not only what he did, which was he put the 2x4s on and then he put the slabs on that.
Right.
But you can also see all the crap that I did, which was I put the plywooding on the inside
Yeah.
to strengthen and block more wind. And then I put, well, this was recycled from Meyer found it actually.
Yes, some tin, yeah.
It was, no, it's not just tin. It's the sides off a swimming pool and above
Oh,
ground
that's
pool.
right.
So that's what this is. So as you can see, if Lynn will come so you can actually, give me the damn camera for a second. Can you hand me the camera?
Yes, I
Do you have to
can.
hold
Just
the
be
button?
super careful.
Okay, I'm not good at anything, so.
Just look at the thing
Okay,
and make
so-
sure you're filming what you want.
I think so. Okay, so if you look right here, you can
Slowly.
see what I'm talking about. The whole end of that is just a Michigas mess. Michigas, that shit is for what a fucked up mess. Yeah. So at any rate, I'm gonna show you in a few seconds, or Lynn will, what happens when you trim it. Because that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to trim it. So if you can turn that off and turn it back on in a few minutes, I'll be fine.
Okie dokie. Okay.
All right, so as you can see, all of a sudden it doesn't look nearly as crappy.
Yep. That's
One
amazing.
piece of trim board. So there you go. That's the power of trim.
Yep. Trim and paint.
Daddy
Amazing.
used to say, paint and trim and caulk covers a multitude of sins.
Yep.
So there you go. Getting ready to paint these windows. I'm going to show you. I mean, paint. Fucking paint the windows.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Wash.
Watch while I paint these windows. Why did I fucking put them in? Because I want. No.
No.
Wash the windows. Okay. So, there's a trick to washing windows. Dawn dishwashing liquid. It's the best thing to wash windows with, especially when they're as crappy as those. But, you know what's going to happen is, my wife, who always wants to help me, she's going to do that while I finish this short wall.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, she's going to wash the windows.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, because she wants to. Not because I'm making her do it. I couldn't make her do it. If she doesn't do it, I'll fucking do it. I don't.
Okay. I'm turning it off. Okay.
So, I decided to wash the windows.
Ah.
Len wanted to do it, but I decided to. Yeah, that's what fucking happened. Okay, so what I wanted to tell you real quick is that when you're dealing with, that's like 4,000 years of funky ass dirt. So what you do is while you're cleaning the rest of it,
Right.
if you'll go ahead and get that saturated with sudsy water
Whoops.
so that it can be setting while you're working on the rest of the window. That way, when you come back to it, hopefully it'll come off.
Right.
But as you can see, the Dawn dishwashing liquid, any dishwashing liquid really, but Dawn seems to do the most streak-free job on glass.
Yeah, streak-free. It dries pretty much streak-free. Yeah.
But anyway, so you can see it gets it a nice clean. I'm going to leave that set while I go do the inside. Oh no, I'll do it so I can show you. Okay, so I let it set for a while. I would normally let it set longer, but let's see. I got that wet first. Let's see if it's gonna wipe off. And look at there, it's gonna come right off. 27 years of sitting in the ground, picking up dirt.
Yep.
And by hitting it first and letting it soak, it's gonna come right off. See? There you go. A lot of people will look at dirty ass shit in a yard sale or by the side of the road and they'll go, that isn't worth dicking with. And really all it needs is to be cleaned. I guarantee that most people, if they would have saw these windows by the side of the road, they'd have said, that's not worth my time, they're too filthy.
Yeah.
Not true, not true.
Yep.
At any rate, that's it.
Okay. And yes, I'm going to do the other window. She wanted that one done before she did the bottom. But it wasn't as funny that way.
Don't fuck with my shit, woman!
Okay.
Hey, the windows aren't dry yet, but they're much cleaner.
Much
Did
cleaner.
you do that one again too? Cause
No, not yet. I will.
that one's horrible. Okay.
They were filthy.
Okay, so what am I doing? I'm cutting some tin. that's left over from the barn.
Right, right.
I'm going to put it on the back side here.
Oh, okay. You're going to make that tall?
Huh?
You're going to do it tall like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm doing is, I will probably rock up the front of this eventually.
Yes.
Or I might not, but either way, this is going to help with that. But what I'm doing is, I'm basically doing this so that this is on here, but it's on here with brads, and it's very thin.
Yes, yes.
So if people hit that, or things get backed into it, or
Oh, from inside here.
from
Yes,
the inside,
of course.
it's going to bust it up.
Okay.
So I'm going to basically do away with that.
To strengthen the
Yeah.
wall. That's cool.
So that's what I'm doing.
And then, like you said, it'll be backfill for if you decide to rock it on the outside.
But for right now, it'll just be fine because I'll just throw some of this shit against it.
Yeah. Oh, the
then that
SB2?
way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is cool.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna shave the whole thing. I know it looks like that's what I would need to do, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut a groove in it, put it over there, and then lap this over.
Oh,
Just
that
bend
makes
it.
sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So that it actually goes all the way to the other wall.
Yeah, it needs to go all the way to the other wall, but it doesn't need. I don't need to have to cut that. I'll just bend it.
That makes sense.
That's who I am.
Oh, well, it's also that much stronger.
Yeah.
You can screw it against that side. I'm going to turn you off.
Okay.
Well, basically she's done for now. She decided to add the tin on the inside, as we talked about earlier. It looks really good from the outside here. Right now she's up on the ladder cleaning the bell. Because it's dirty, she says. And oh my goodness, heaven forbid it should be dirty. So she is going to add a rope to it, and I think we've decided we're just going to put a hook off to the side and tie the rope off on the side, and just then it'll be accessible.
Here's the crap out.
Oh, that's neat. I love it. It's a nice sound. I love the sound. That is cool, babe.
Yeah.
I love it. Look at the hook she did. Look at this. This is so cool. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Doesn't that rock? I think that is so neat. And then the bell.
You want me to ring the bell?
Yeah, ring the bell. Ring it the bell. I love it. Love it. Bye, guys.